Hi, here's what's new in Zoom Player version 21.3. The first thing is I updated the MovieDB scraper plugin. I replaced the algorithm with a weight system that's a lot more accurate. So now your movie scraping would be more accurate. Okay, next. The color control overlay has been enhanced. There's a hover hint showing the exact value before you apply it. Let me show you. For example, I open the color control. So now when I hover, you can see on the right side the value before I apply it. You can also see now there's a click to reset. That makes it clear that clicking resets. You can use the mouse wheel to adjust the values. I just right click to reset. You can use the arrow keys on the keyboard. And if you use them with the keyboard, it also pops this hint so you know the value that is being set. Okay, and now the the control overlay. You can see that now I can tint the buttons and the knobs separately. So I'll change the buttons to red and the knobs to yellow, and you can see how it works here. Next, the settings that control the control overlay timeline text layout has been replaced. Okay, so this is basically this system. It used to be a drop down which you can choose how the text that appears above the timeline, what information it shows. And now it's been replaced with 3 boxes, one for the left side, the center side, and the right side. And for each one, you can choose one of these options. You just type in the letter. So right now it has C on the left, that's the current position, which you can see here, and D on the right, which is the duration, which you can see here. But I can do something like in the center, I can type V, and it will show me the video's resolution, or I can type Z, and it will show me the current resolution in my little window here. Next. Okay, we've done this. Okay, so now in the playlist editor, let's go to the playlist editor. If you have a playlist, you can just click update and pick the playlist and update it from the existing playlist instead of having to use the manager. Just a lot simpler and faster. Okay, in the media library, which I will open now, you can now right click and use the select option to make things easier to select with the mouse. Okay, and in theory, you can select multiple items and then use the metadata editor, which currently doesn't appear here because this is a YouTube channel. But for your local collection, you can just select edit and it will apply editing. You can edit the sort title, the personal rating, the personal note, genres, tags, and collection for multiple items at once. Okay, I've done that. Okay, you can also, if there's a failed scrape, you can also right click and edit the metadata. Previously, it would just show an empty window and and now you can edit it. Okay, so another one here is the playing information window. Sorry, here we go. And now you can see the frame rate value here is derived from an external DLL if the video render component doesn't return a true value, which can happen sometimes. So now Zoom Player completes this information by using the media info. And I've changed the media info to give it a little bit more time to analyze the file, because otherwise it sometimes doesn't return the correct FPS. Okay. Okay, and this was a previous behavior that if you opened the playlist editor or the equalizer, it would automatically hide the control overlay. This has now been disabled, so the control overlay remains visible. Okay, now if Zoom Player is not the active application, if you hover with the mouse, it doesn't pop the hint because that caused it to pop the entire window to the front, which is something you may not want. Okay, this is some bug fixing. Okay, drag and drop. For example, if you selected the file in Explorer and then you try to drag it over to Zoom Player, it would just show you that it can't do that if the control overlay was visible. This is fixed. There was an issue with the playlist editor. When you try to drag the main window, it would snap to the wrong side. Okay, the filter EPG option in the IPTV window, which looks like this. So this little one, when you're using a language file, it wasn't initialized correctly. It was just empty. So that's fixed. Yeah, this was a visual glitch from the previous version. Tried switching to full screen from one monitor to another monitor, it kept and used the classic UI skin. It kept the classic UI buttons on screen, even in full screen mode. If you try to play a media file from a network share and the entire path, including the media file name, was over 260 characters, it would fail because I would check if the file exists and I didn't use the right function to check such a file, and it failed and didn't work. Okay, the direct show zoom function, which is not currently set. Okay, so that is now fixed. It follows the mouse cursor when using the function. Okay, and what was I? Yes. When using the keyboard layout editor, it didn't show up properly. If you use the high DPI display, like 200, 300%, it came out distorted, and it didn't appear in the logical position above the user interface. It just appeared in some corner, which is fixed. Okay, if you clicked, the Zoom Player has a setting that if you click the main window when another application has focus, it does nothing to allow you to not accidentally press play or pause. It's an optional setting, but if you had it enabled and the control overlay was visible, clicking the control overlay ignored this setting. So now that's fixed. Yeah, the pop-up OSD, which appears when changing the volume, did not take into account everything correctly. So some text got cropped. There's several translation issues. Basically, some text appeared as question marks in the options dialog on the IPTV window. Yeah, in the media library category editor, in the control bar context menu. There's some window positioning issues with regards to the control overlay, where some window appeared in the wrong order, the EPG window appeared in the wrong order, the IPTV customization window appeared in the wrong order, same for the EPG guides, customization window appeared in the wrong order. Okay, to show the color control, you could use the keyboard shortcut Shift+O to show it, but it was supposed to be a toggle, but it didn't work to turn it off, and now that's fixed. And then there was some issue with either NVIDIA driver or something with Microsoft that gave the wrong color range results when using the EVR video render. So I wrote a workaround for that. Another issue where the window appeared in the wrong order, this time the cache metadata editor. And yeah, this was a bug from previous version that when you used the metadata editor, it would add duplicate entries. It was pretty much invisible. You could only see it in the file itself, but now with the new version, these will automatically be cleaned out. And that's everything that's new in this version of Zoom Player.